Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Bold and beautiful today. RJ Forrester is back in town. Brooke and Ridge are really happy because their son RJ Forrester is home in Los Angeles. RJ Forrester has returned. When did he actually leave? It seems RJ Forrester was not staying at the Forrester house the time. He went on a trip to Europe. Nobody said anything about it. RJ Forrester was. Now he is back home with his family. We thought RJ had just disappeared. Brooke, Logan and Ridge Forrester seemed to know that RJ was just living a life of luxury, not doing much for the last year and a half. I wonder if RJ was using media and influencing other people in his age group. Whatever RJ was up to, RJ is back now. Can join the new group of young employees at Forrester Creations. RJ will have some company with Electra Forrester, Will Spencer and Ms. Dillon around. Wait until he finds out what happened with his last girlfriend. RJ sure knows how to pick the women. Luna was crazier than anyone thought. Ms. Dillon took care of the problem with Luna. Now the question is, will RJ fall for Dillon? Eric has an idea. While the younger people are getting settled in at Forrester Creations, a new day is starting for Katie Logan else. She even has people who used to work at Forrester and got rejected wanting to design clothes for her. Sadly, one of those people who got rejected from Forrester is Eric Forrester himself, which really something. Poor Eric just wants to create things. If he cannot do that at his own company, he wants to create things for Katie and Logan. Katie is really surprised by Eric's idea. Does not know what to say to him. Eric gives Katie a lot of reasons why he thinks working together will be a good thing. Eric does not want to harm the company he started. He really wants to try something new. Katie knows that Eric's name can make her fashion house very successful. Eric's name is very important to Katie. She thinks it can help her a lot. Katie thinks that if Eric works with her, her fashion house will be very popular because of Eric. Are Ridge and Brooke about to lose their collective minds? This will teach them a lesson for sure. Or will it? Brooke and Ridge seem to always think they are in the right. Brooke is definitely a character that people love to hate. Is Brooke really the hated character on the CBS soap? I think a lot of people would say yes, Brooke is the hated character on the soap. We are talking about Brooke Logan. There are a lot of soap fans who think Brooke might be the hated character on the show. It is easy to see why people feel this way about Brooke. Brooke has done some bad things in the past. For example, Brooke went all the way to Paris just to break up Taylor and Ridge after they got married. That is really not enough. Brooke had an affair with her daughter Brooke's daughter Bridget's husband, Deacon. What kind of person does something like that? Now Brooke is trying to ruin her sister Katie Logan's new fashion house by not letting her use Brooke's name. Brooke is the kind of woman who thinks Brooke should be in charge no matter what anyone else says about Brooke. There are not people who like Brooke Logan because she has done a lot of things. The Bold and the Beautiful fans had a lot to say about Brooke Logan on media. What is going to happen to Brooke Logan? Some people even said that they did not like Brooke Logan for a time and she still bothers them a lot. When the people who are against Brooke Logan are bad people who should be in jail, they cannot take it seriously. They think Brooke Logan is better than those people. Some people do not like this character. They think it is fair. The thing is, every person in the show has done something very bad. It is really hard to find a character who has not done something. The hate this character gets is mostly. It is also kind of funny. Another person said something about this character. They said that the main difference is that people rarely get mad at this character for the things she does. For example, people got really mad at Steffi for firing Hope and sleeping with Liam. But this character does bad things and people do not get as mad at her. Hope got a lot held against her for pursuing Thomas and the takeover. Ridge almost anything he does. The list goes on. Beatty celebrate Brooke's puzzle, RJ's discovery. Bill Spencer and Katie Logan Spencer are really happy because they won something. RJ Forrester found out about the problem with the trademark. Brooke Logan Forrester is trying to figure out what is going on by putting the puzzle pieces. RJ Forrester's secret. RJ Forrester is back in Los Angeles. He does not know how long he will stay. He seems like a guy and he likes his life, but Brooke Logan Forrester asked him about all the girls she saw on his social media feed. She wanted to know what was going on with RJ Forrester and all those girls. RJ does not tell his mother a lot of things. This is about Brooke Logan Forrester and her puzzle. People think Brooke is trying to figure out what is going on. She is trying to put the puzzle pieces. Is Brooke talking about Katie or RJ? Week was all about the fight over the trademark. This week Brooke will probably be worried about her son RJ. Brooke Logan Forrester might think that RJ is not settling down because of what happened with Luna Nozawa. Brooke Logan Forrester could also think that RJ has a lady in his life that he is keeping secret from them. Brooke just wants her kids to be happy. The bold and the beautiful spoilers for tomorrow's episode say that Rich Forrester and Brooke got some news about their son's travels. There is something that Rich Forrester and Brooke need to tell him. Rich Forrester and Brooke will tell their son about Katie's fashion house, and that she is using the Logan name. This is going to surprise RJ. He might say he wants to talk to Katie about the bold and the beautiful. RJ has always been part of Team Bridge, so I do not think he will take Katie's side in this situation. With Katie having Eric Forrester and possibly Deke Sharpwell, Forrester Creations might need RJ to stay with them. It will not take long before Katie's new company is up and running. By the time she shows off her fashion line, Katie could end up hiring other designers from Forrester Creations. Elektra Forrester has a problem. There is also something going on with Elektra Forrester. She has an issue with Dylan. RJ and Team Bridge are important to Forrester Creations, and RJ being part of Team Bridge is good for them. Katie and her new fashion company are going to cause some trouble for Forrester Creations. Elektra Forrester and her problem with Dylan is something that Forrester Creations has to deal with. However, I wonder how RJ factors into that story. There is a photo showing RJ putting a necklace on Elektra. Maybe Elektra and Will Spencer's problem isn't just Dylan. Could RJ cause complications as well, since he isn't blood related to Elektra? RJ had just walked into the Forrester estate when he could feel the tension in the air. His heart was beating fast as he held the little boy close to his chest. The little boy had eyes and looked really scared. RJ felt like he knew the boy, but he could not figure out why. The little boy was not supposed to be in Los Angeles, and RJ was supposed to keep it a secret for a long time. The Forrester estate was a place, but RJ was not paying attention to that right now. He was too busy thinking about the boy and why he felt so familiar to him. Brooke was standing near the staircase. She looked really nice in her outfit. It was fancy but also casual at the time. She had just finished talking to Ridge. Then she saw RJ. Brooke thought she might be seeing things. Her son was standing there with a child in his arms. He had just come from Europe. This was a surprise. Brooke's son was looking at her with a face. He also looked innocent. This made Brooke stop breathing for a second. Brooke saw her son RJ. She could not believe her eyes. Her son RJ was really standing there with a child. "Mom," RJ said. His voice was. He was trying to be strong. He was scared and hopeful at the time. "This is my son," he told her. Brooke stopped walking away. The words just hung there in the air. It was like a big cloud was looming over them. She put her hand on her chest. She was trying to take in what RJ had just said. The child felt something was wrong, so she looked over RJ's shoulder. She had eyes and looked very surprised. This is what little kids are like when they are 4 years old. Then she said quietly, "Is this my grandma?" Brooke's eyes got all teary. She was really shocked. Could not believe what was happening. At the same time, she felt this strong feeling of wanting to take care of someone. It was like a wave that came over her. She thought she might fall down. She tried to stay calm and took slow steps towards RJ and the boy. The boy looked at Brooke and the other people. He seemed to know that something big was happening. He looked really confused. Did not know what to do. Brooke kept looking at the boy and RJ, and she felt this feeling. It was a mix of shock and this strong maternal instinct that made her want to help the boy. RJ continued, the words just pouring out of him because he could not keep them inside anymore. He told Brooke about all the things that had happened to him. He found out that he was going to be a father after a night with someone in Europe a long time ago. He could not take care of the baby back then because his life was in danger and he had to keep the baby's mother safe. RJ had been sad about this for a long time. He thought about the child he had never met every day. He never went a week without thinking about the kid. Now he was finally going to meet the child. It was a big deal for him. RJ had been waiting for this moment for years. It was very emotional for him. He had always wondered what the child would be like. Now he was going to find out. RJ told Brooke about his feelings and the things that had happened to him. He had been carrying around a lot of pain and sadness for a time, and it was good for him to finally talk about it. Brooke's mind was going fast. She was trying to understand the boy that RJ was holding and the man that she had raised, her son, who had become a confident person but still had a lot of emotional pain, and somehow he had found the strength to talk about something From his past that he had kept hidden for so long, the son she had raised, Brooke thought, had found a way to deal with his hidden past. Brooke whispered that she could not believe this. She did not even know what to say. Tears were falling down her face as she got down on her knees to be at the level as the child. Her hands were shaking as she slowly reached out to the boy. She was afraid of ruining this moment. At the same time, Brooke really wanted to connect with the boy. Being near the boy seemed to make her feel better, and also made her think about secrets she had kept hidden for a time. The boy's presence was doing two things to Brooke. It was healing her, also making her think about things she had tried to forget. Brooke was very interested in the boy. She wanted to be close to him. Ridge was standing a few feet away from everyone. He heard what they were talking about. He felt angry, did not believe what he was hearing. He wanted to protect his family. Ridge started to walk towards them. He wanted to make sure everything was okay. Eric stopped him. Eric is the head of the Forrester family. He knows how everyone in the Forrester family feels. Eric stopped Ridge because he understood what was going on. Ridge, let them talk, Eric said. His voice was very deep. Sounded like he was in charge, but he was also being kind. He looked at RJ and the kid with eyes. Eric knew that what they were going to say was a deal for everyone. It was especially important for Brooke. Family always meant everything to her. As RJ kept telling the story, he said how he found out who the boy's real parents were and the big risks he took to make sure the boy was safe and loved and had a family that really cared about him. Brooke's hands shook as she put her arms around RJ and felt the boy's body against her. This made her think of her kids when they were little. She felt a lot of love. Wanted to protect the boy, which surprised her because she did not expect to feel this way. The boy was now close to her heart. She could not ignore these feelings. RJ's story was very moving. Brooke felt a deep connection to the boy and RJ. RJ, my son, you have brought my grandson to me. Brooke found it hard to say the words, her voice. She could not finish the sentence. The little boy felt that something was going on, so he held out his hands to her. Brooke, with tears in her eyes, carefully picked him up, held him in her arms. She felt a connection to him right away, like the time they were apart, and all the secrets did not matter anymore. It all just went away in that one special moment. My grandson was finally with me. It felt like my son RJ had given me a gift. Brooke held my grandson tight. She knew that she would never let him go. My son RJ had brought us together again. The room was really tense when Hope and Steffi walked in. Eric had called them after he saw all these people gathered together. Hope was excited but a little worried. She was not sure what was going on. She did not want anything to mess up her family. Steffi, on the hand, was suspicious. She was watching RJ closely, trying to figure out what was going on. Steffi was thinking hard, trying to understand why RJ was there. Hope and Steffi were both reacting to the situation. They were doing it in different ways. Hope was being careful. Steffi was being careful too, but Steffi was also trying to solve a puzzle. She wanted to know what was behind RJ being. The little boy started to laugh as Brooke tickled him. This sound was really nice because it made everyone feel a little better. It was like sunshine coming through the clouds on a day. Even Ridge did not look so serious anymore. His eyes showed that he was surprised and was starting to accept something. RJ, this is really your son? Ridge asked. His voice was low but steady. He said each word like it really mattered to him. He had been worried about his family for a time. He was proud of them. Wanted to keep them safe. RJ nodded at him. You could almost see how relieved he was. Tears started to form in the corners of his eyes. He was happy that Ridge finally accepted a secret that RJ had been keeping for a long time. Ridge accepted this secret. That made RJ very happy. Eric stepped closer to RJ. Put a hand on his shoulder. This was the thing to do. Eric was showing RJ that he was there for him. He was showing him that family can get through times. Brooke was holding the boy tight. She was whispering softly to him, telling him that she loved him. The boy felt safe with Brooke. He put his head on her neck. She held him close. The boy had finally found a place where he felt safe. He had been looking for this his life. Eric and Brooke were like a haven for him. The boy felt happy and safe with his family with Eric and Brooke. The drama got worse as Brooke found the strength to ask RJ about what happened when the child was little. She wanted to know what choices were made and who was involved. She also wanted to know about the dangers the child had faced. Each time RJ told her something, it made the story more emotional. This really got to everyone who was there. It showed how tough RJ's life had been. It also showed that the family had to be very strong to deal with something shocking. The family had to be strong to handle what happened to the child. Brooke kept asking RJ questions about the child's years. Meanwhile, Hope took a step forward. She asked RJ some questions. Her voice was very kind. Steffi watched the child. She did not say anything. She noticed that the child looked a little like RJ. This made Steffi think that RJ was telling the truth. It also made Steffi feel protective of her family. She was concerned about what would happen to them. Hope was still being very compassionate. She really cared about RJ and the child. Steffi was feeling confused. She did not know what to do. The family dynamics were very important to her. The story kept going as RJ talked about the boy's mother. He told Brooke about the time she had and the things she gave up. RJ said she made some tough choices that kept her away from her child. Brooke listened carefully to what RJ was saying. She was feeling a lot of emotions at the time. She was angry about the things that happened in the past. She also really admired the boy's mother for being so brave and strong. The boy's mother had to deal with a lot of situations. Brooke was holding the child. He seemed to make everything a little better. He seemed to show them a way to heal and make things right again. The boy was like a light in the dark. RJ and Brooke were learning a lot from him. The boy's mother had done a lot for him. Brooke could see that. Eric spoke in a voice. He said the family should come together to give RJ's son the love and stability he needs. The Forrester family made mistakes in the past. They can still work together. The Forrester family can. Be strong for RJ's son. As Eric talked, the sound of the child laughing filled the rooms of the estate. The child's laughter was happy and pure. It made the conversation feel a little lighter. The child's laughter reminded everyone that RJ's son is innocent and deserves love. The Forrester family needs to think about RJ's son. What he needs from them. Brooke was still holding the boy. She finally spoke up in a shaky voice. "You are home now," she said. "You are part of this family. I promise I will do everything to love you and protect you. I will make sure you never feel alone again." The room was really quiet for a moment. It was like everyone was taking in what Brooke just said. Each person in the family felt like this was a moment. They all knew that the past was painful. They also knew that they had a chance to make the future better. The way they all felt was like a string that connected them. It was strong even though it was thin. Brooke and the family felt this connection. The boy was home with Brooke and the family now. Ridge, his face looking a little kinder, slowly nodded his head, which was like saying yes without using any words. This meant that even though he was really surprised and felt different emotions, RJ's son was now part of the family. Nothing could change that, not the secrets that had been hidden for years and the problems that still needed to be solved. The fact that they were together again was an amazing thing, and nothing could undo that. The sun was shining through the windows in the afternoon. This made everything feel warm and cozy for the family that was together. RJ felt really good and hopeful. He had not felt this way in a time. Today was the start of something for them. It was a time when they did not have to keep secrets from each other. Love was not always easy. It was real. Love could help them overcome their fears. The boy's laughter could make them feel better. It could heal hurts that they had been living with for a long time. The love and laughter of the family, the little boy, was very powerful. RJ felt happy that they could finally be together and be honest with each other. And as Brooke continued to hold the child close, whispering words of comfort and love, RJ felt the weight of years lift from his shoulders, knowing that finally, the boy who had been hidden away, whose existence had been a delicate secret carried across continents, had been embraced by the family he was always meant to have, and that together, they could begin to navigate the complex, emotional landscape that lay ahead, facing whatever challenges and surprises the future might hold, strengthened by the unbreakable bonds of family, love, and the undeniable truth that RJ had finally come home. Not alone, but with a son who had always been his heart's missing piece. Brooke's arms tensed around the boy as RJ stepped back slightly, his own eyes shimmering with gashes, overwhelmed by the phenomenon of eventually being suitable to introduce his son to the family he'd always endured for. Ridge dallied hard, disaccorded, his mind contending with defensive instincts and the fear of being replaced in the family dynamic, while Hope gently touched Brooke's shoulder, quietly offering consolation that love could indeed grow indeed from similar shocking exposures. Eric, watching still, allowed a small, approving smile, understanding that while the road ahead would be complicated, the bonds formed moment were unbreakable, and for the first time in times, the Forrester family truly felt whole.